Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very special edition of the Brewcast podcast. If you are a regular viewer, you'll notice something's a little bit different about our format. We've moved formats. We're testing a new format. We're bringing the Spawn of Satan.
Hello.
Yeah, so we're doing the webcam thing this week. All of our people canceled, so this is guest week this week. So if I point over here, we have Apophie, who is a demon.
Hello.
And
That's me.
yeah, that is really cool. We'll talk about that in a second. Now we have Sidam.
Demon Hellspawn.
Sidam below me. And in that direction, we have a shameless plug for our merchandise on Spreadshirt. Because I have a fourth panel to fill. So yeah, this is our spooky Halloween podcast. And this week I have my my Starfleet uniform on because of the new Star Wars movie.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Because I love Star Wars and Starfleet. Those two things go together. But yeah, you have a crazy thing that's causing this. The Poppy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
The software that I'm using is called FaceRig. You can get it for like $15, $16, something like that on Steam. And I've been pretty happy with it so far. This demon thing is kind of my favorite, so.
That is really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, I remember you posted some stuff about it in the chat, but yeah, the whole demon spawn thing is just crazy.
Can you import your own models to it?
I'm not actually sure about that. I think you might be able to, but that's getting into almost modding API stuff.
Yeah.
They do have probably, I don't know, somewhere in the order of 20 or 30 models, though.
Yeah, that thing's really cool. It's pretty neat for only $15. So
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff here and there on Reddit about it, but I've never actually known anyone who's played around with it. So.
And as a YouTuber, or Twitch streamer, it's really good too because they actually give you rights to use it in whatever videos and stuff like that you want, as long as you don't make more than, I don't know, there was some amount per year from your YouTube channel. Then they want you to buy the $100 version, but
Yeah, that's really cool. Sidon, I love your costume.
I actually used to technically have a pig mask in real life, one of those latex ones, like the horse masks.
Oh yeah.
But it ripped recently, so I was
shame.
2 days before Halloween.
Oh.
So that just made me really mad.
Oh yeah, you could have totally done your Minecraft character with that. I saw somebody on Reddit a long time ago, 2 years ago, did a pigman thing for a con, and I used one of those masks, and it looked really good. So, yeah, it's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do my Minecraft skin before it's irrelevant to do Minecraft related things one year. So, well, I guess I could just be a random dude in a trench coat.
So what do you guys have for Halloween plans? Anything?
I'm going to a hockey game, so that's
Nice.
That's about my plans. I'm gonna go be Canadian.
You guys and your pucks.
Yeah, I'm gonna chug some maple syrup and ride a moose. That's what Canadians do, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's just how I imagine.
That's the gist of it.
That's how I imagine Canadian life is. But yeah, so that's my plans.
Right on. I'm supposed to be going to a kegger, I think, tomorrow, which is going to be fun. So, Halloween kegger. I'm still not exactly I think I'm doing a creepy bunny costume thing. I'm gonna get some fake
bunny.
Yeah, I've got a mask that is supposed to be kind of a, kind of like Frank from Donnie Darko, but a variation on that.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, Sidon,
Yo,
what are you doing?
I am hopping along in the nether.
Oh. Oh, man. So, yeah, Halloween, special edition. We're missing a lot of people because schedules and nobody reads chats anymore. So, that was fun. I guess this week we can go ahead and move right on to our topics. The Steam has launched a spooky game sale. It might be over by the time this goes up. Hold on, let me check. I hope that didn't just block out the whole... No, it didn't. Yeah, it ends November 2nd, so it's still relevant by the time this goes out. The Steam Halloween sale. Save big on spooky titles from now until November 2nd. at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight.
I don't know how GTA V is a spooky title, but
$40. That's a pretty spooky game, man. Oh god, I just realized that I apparently for some reason hold on, I have to fix Sidehan's thing. Because Sidehan's thing is freaking out whenever I go into another
Movies.
window.
Oh yeah,
stand
so
in
we've
my
got
door.
we've got Resident Evil, and I'm not sure what else here for the spooky sale.
Yeah, it looks like I love random Steam sales, so
Yeah.
hopefully let's always go for more spooky Steam sales. Let's see here. I'm doing emergency on the fly tech support, so I'm trying to move things along. Apparently I had the capture set up wrong for Sidehan's thing.
Oh.
Okay, Sidehan, and let's move you down. Please ignore the face behind the magic box. Move to bottom. There, look at that. Everything's fine. I can exit to the other window without Sidehan. But yeah, The Witcher 3 is apparently a spooky title. I need to get that game. I need $41.99.
Oh, so good.
I played The Witcher 2. I forced myself to play it a few weeks ago, and I really found myself enjoying it. And The Witcher 3 looks fantastic. So
I really, really wanted to play through The Witcher 2. When I knew The Witcher 3 was coming out, it looked amazing, and I said, I'm absolutely going to do this. Tried to play through Witcher 2, and I just couldn't fight through the controls, to be honest.
It's one of those things where I kind of had to, like, I had the same thing. I had the game, I got it for free sometime last year, and I was just like, the controls are weird. I finally just sat down and was like, okay, I'm going to force myself to play it, and I got through about the first 2 hours, and I finally started getting with it. It's just kind of like, eventually I'll get used to it, but the first hour or two is kind of a grind. So
Okay. Well, maybe I got to sit down and give it another go, but
yeah, I really enjoyed it though. I think it kind of cut short, honestly. I feel like it could have been a little longer because the ending did just kind of come out of nowhere, at least for me. It was just like, okay, hi. I was expecting another 4 or 5 hours of gameplay, but it wasn't short, but it could have been longer, I think.
well, I can honestly say The Witcher 3 is absolutely spectacular and just totally worth the money to anybody. If you're even vaguely interested in fantasy stuff, just get it.
Oh yeah, I mean, as soon as I get the money to get it, I'm gonna get it because that game, The Witcher 2, is amazing, and I really enjoyed the universe. And a lot of people always said it's good. The Witcher series has a very good universe, and it definitely did. So let's see what else is in here. What other games are we looking at? Shadow of Mordor. That's always been a game I've kind of wanted to look at. Oh God.
It's fun. I have that one for Xbox One. I actually got it pretty soon after it came out. I was pretty excited about it. And the only thing is it doesn't really hold up long term. You'll have, 10 hours that will just be absolutely awesome and you'll love the heck out of it, but there's not a lot of gameplay past that in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple.
I
games
haven't played it yet, but it kind of seems like it's one of those games that was really hyped when it first came out, and then it just kind of vanished off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I remember hearing a lot of people saying it was a really good game. I haven't heard much of it lately, but everyone I talked to that said they played it says it was a really good game. It's got a 93% positive review on Steam. So
I'm not surprised, and don't get me wrong, like I don't regret buying it because it's a ton of fun, but it doesn't have that longevity that some games have.
yeah,
The core, what's it called, Nemesis mechanic. You guys might have heard of that. The whole idea is that orcs have their interactions with you, and they remember you, and they remember what happened.
Yeah. That seemed like a really cool concept to me, honestly. That's something that I've always been interested in, is having more of that. And when I heard about that, it's kind of something that made me want to go into it.
It honestly works pretty awesome, and it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to be able to like insert sleeper agents and stuff too with that?
Yeah, it's a little bit later. It's sort of the mid-game stuff where you get to kind of like send your mind-controlled orcs to do things like that, and it's pretty cool. There's nothing like having, you go to fight an orc, and then all of a sudden over the hill comes another guy, and you look over and you're like, oh, not him again.
Yeah.
And he's got his head's like all mangled up from the last time you met him, and he's like, this time's gonna end differently.
It makes it so much better because of the face thing. Yeah, I mean, it always looked like a really good game to me, and I mean, the way I see it, I mean, that's one of the games I buy on sale because, and like I said, the longevity thing, it's not a huge thing that impacts me, but it looks like a really good game, and it's pretty. If I get it on sale, I'd probably get it. So, that's my opinion.
The only other thing I have to say about it is that it is pretty easy.
Yeah.
As far as sort of hack and slash games go, it is like from level, or I guess there's no levels. I don't think, is there levels? Oh, I don't remember. It's been a while. But from the beginning, it drops you into the world, and it's like, oh, you got to go out and get all of these things to make yourself better. But
Yeah.
you don't really. You can pretty much just walk into whatever stronghold you want and carve your way through it.
Yeah.
As long as you know.
Looks like a good game, so that's all that matters. Another game on here I played the demo and it was pretty fun, but it plays like crap on AMD is Dying Light.
I haven't actually played that one.
There's a demo for it on Steam. It's pretty resource intensive though, especially if you're running an AMD rig like I am. It looked like a really good game and I really enjoyed playing the demo, but I got like 20 frames per second. It's like, this is something that regularly doesn't really happen, but it's more of a NVIDIA game. I just kind of hate when games do that, but it seemed like a really cool game. It's open world zombies, parkour. It's like Mirror's Edge and DayZ meet.
I think that's a lot of the problem with Ark Survival as well, is because it runs on NVIDIA software.
Yeah, that's something that's been coming up a lot lately. I've seen people.
That's why they
complaining
haven't
about.
updated to DirectX 12 yet.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complaining about that with a lot of games, and it kind of sucks. I mean, 'cause I like supporting AMD because A, their stuff's a lot cheaper, and I want to support the company because I like them, but a lot of stuff faces more NVIDIA. So.
And Ark is supposed to be one of those games that is crazy resource intensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Like I have to, I have a pretty beastly rig, but I have to play it on less than medium settings.
Yeah, I've wanted to look at that game because everybody's been playing that game, but it's one of those things. It's like I like having high frame rates and not clicking games. I've been spoiled. Yeah.
I would definitely recommend it if you have the money.
Yeah, that's the money. Yeah, when are they gonna have a free Steam sale? Work on that, Valve. Maybe I'll buy some games then. But
it's 33% right now, I think.
Oh, is it? Let me see. I'm just kind of going down the list of things.
It's like second or third on the Halloween sale list.
Ark Survival Evolved. Yeah, $20. Not that bad. A lot of people have it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. So I'll eventually, probably around the winter sale, I'll pick it up because games are usually a lot cheaper on the winter sale. But it looks pretty cool.
I've logged over 200 hours in the past month.
I have like 159 hours in Skyrim. That's the most on a game I have on Steam. And I look at these people and they've got like 600 hours in 2 weeks. I'm like, how do you do that?
The most I've got is 438 on Terraria.
Oh my god.
My hours logged on. I don't have it on Steam. I have it on Xbox. So, like, I don't have an official hours log, but it's got to be like crazy numbers.
Yeah, it's like you look at that, and I know everyone plays it on Xbox, and they're like, oh, I've got like 200 hours logged in it. I'm like, get it on PC and install some mods. Then you're gonna know true time in that game because that's when you get everything. So it's crazy. Just got freaking out a little bit.
So are you guys excited about the new Fallout?
Oh yeah,
God, that's one of those things that I love the Fallout franchise, and that game just looks like amazingness. It's all I've ever wanted. Now after playing The Witcher, I'm really.
I still haven't finished the other Fallout games. I've just kind of poked my head into them.
You really should.
But I'm for sure going to start playing Fallout 4 once it comes out.
Yeah, I'm always gonna bag on how everyone should mod the Fallout games. So yeah, you can if you you get to a point. A lot of if you mod it, get the anti-crash mods and all that stuff, and it'll keep it from crashing as often as everyone says it does. And then graphics mods. And I played through Fallout 3 a few weeks ago with all the mods, and it's just amazing. So
I've played through probably half of 3 and New Vegas, but I got to go back and finish them up.
Definitely go through and finish them. Great games. There's a.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, there's a really cool series on YouTube. I think the guy who makes it's called the Shoddy Cast. It's a Fallout lore series, and it's got. I think the first 2 seasons are just lore, and the 3rd season is more kind of like a show with like machinima and stuff in it. And it's a really cool series. And if anybody is kind of like, I've never really played the Fallout games, I really don't know the lore, and you want a way to learn the lore, this is the best way to do it because this series is amazing. Let me see if I can find it so I can put it in a link down. But he just started a series recently too for Elder Scrolls lore. But yeah, it's got 56 episodes and I think 3 or 4 seasons. It is a very good series.
Have you ever watched or heard of the Freeman's Mind series?
Not. I don't think.
It is set, and I think it is in the yeah, it's gonna be the first Half-Life game. This guy goes through Half-Life and just it's a machinima, so he's just narrating the inner workings of Gordon Freeman's
I just
mind as he
found it
goes
on
through.
YouTube. Here, I'll copy the playlist so I can put it in the link down. I'll check it out. I feel like in recent years, machinima has really kind of stopped being a thing, and it does kind of make me sad because I remember when it was huge a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Everybody was
I
doing
think
it.
it's a lot easier with games that don't have as much fancy sound and vocals. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of voiceover stuff in
Yeah.
big cutscenes and voiceover stuff in the more modern games.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, people have done crazy stuff. I mean, if you look at Red versus Blue from Rooster Teeth, they have that massive series there where it's expanded them into a huge company. But there used to be, I remember there used to be a lot of very good machinima series out there, and it just seems in the last 2 or 3 years, Let's Plays have kind of replaced that whole market. So,
I never really got past probably the first 20 episodes or so of it, but Red versus Blue, that is.
I really liked it. I've watched it for a while now, so kind of a long time fan. Probably past 7, 8 years. But yeah, it's crazy how big some people have gotten off of stuff like machinima, and then eventually a lot of them turned to Minecraft. I remember a lot of people I used to follow from machinima started doing Minecraft Let's Plays. So that's how I learned about Minecraft. Yeah, crazy stuff like that. But yeah, videos and things and stuff.
Conversation.
Yeah, padding. Let me quickly thumb real quick through the games. Yeah, I think that's about it for the fancy. Oh god, there's like 77 pages. But yeah, there's a bunch of games on sale on the Spooky Steam sale.
Oh, also, apparently, I was going to mention this when I mentioned Fallout, but I forgot. Jones, Jones Soda
Oh
is producing
yeah.
Nuka-Cola Quantum.
Oh yeah,
which
hold on, let me. Yeah, that looks really cool. Somebody I talked about this last week, but there's also a company that's gonna make Fallout beer. I think in the UK.
That's so awesome.
But yeah, that is really cool.
I might have to see if I can order some Nuka-Cola Quantum to Canada because I think they're going to be sold at Target.
Yeah,
and there's
that's where
no
it's gonna
Targets left in Canada.
Oh yeah, didn't
So-
they? Yeah, they like failed in the past
Yeah.
few weeks. I remember that. That looks really cool though. The Nuka-Cola thing.
Mhm.
I'm definitely gonna have to buy some of those.
Even when you drink them, then you can just leave the empty bottles laying around your apartment because
Yeah, I have enough things that look like trash in here.
there's always 1,000 Nuka-Cola bottles laying around in Fallout. So
Yeah, my setup currently looks like that. So yeah, that's really cool. We need more stuff like that. Fallout 4 is just like so heavy on the random stuff because they've got the what's that, Pip-Boy. They're selling for the special $120 version. There's gonna be an app for the Pip-Boy you can put on your phone. They're gonna have the Fallout beer, the Nuka-Cola. They're going all out for this game. Need more game companies will do that.
they ran out of those Pip-Boys, eh?
Yeah, they did in like the first 2 hours. I wanted to
Yeah.
get one back when I still had some money. They look really cool, but
They apparently went to the manufacturers and said, "Hey, we need more of these," and they said, "Sure." And then they went back and said, "Hey, we need more of these." And after 3 or 4 times, the manufacturers were like, "Okay, we're done.
yeah,
we
like
can't make more."
the Bethesda store I think had them in stock again for like 10 minutes a few weeks ago again, but that's the last I've seen of it. It makes me kind of sad, but yeah, exclusive stuff like that goes fast. Well, for most games, I still see the old Halo Reach limited edition things at Walmart every time I go. Still $80. But yeah. Speaking of Halo 5 launched this week. I don't know if anybody plays Halo 5, but I like Halo, so I'm gonna throw it in the ring.
I watched a stream of it actually, but I don't know. Still not sure how I feel about it. I'm a pretty big, like, long time Halo fan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good game, and I've heard a lot about it. I'm not gonna buy an Xbox One just for it because that's really the only thing I have interest on anymore. I remember there's a Reddit post. All my news comes from Reddit now. I forget who it was. I think it was somebody from 343 said that there was a possibility in the future that they could port it to Windows. So here's hoping. I still want Master Chief Collection to come and be on PC.
You probably don't, though. In all honesty, like I have it for Xbox One, and it just runs like crap.
Well, they put Halo 1 and 2. Just put Halo 3, really, because they put Halo 1 and 2 on PC a long time ago. If they could put Halo 3 and Reach on there, I'd be happy. Those are really the only other games I have interest in.
Oh, are those not available on PC?
2 and Reach, or 3 and Reach aren't, but 1 and 2
Oh, wow.
are.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
No, I wish they were, because those were by far my favorite Halo games. So.
Reach was probably my favorite.
Yeah, I probably put the most time into Reach, but definitely I was better at Halo 3 combat-wise. Like, they did the whole Halo Online thing that was only in Russia until the modding community got a hold of it. So, yeah, maybe eventually they'll put Halo on PC, other than Halo Wars 2, so.
And what a legend that game was.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, I hope they port Halo Wars 1 over, because it was a good game. It was just terrible on Xbox, because the controller. But that was the big lead up. Everybody thought at Gamescom they were announcing Master Chief Collection for PC. Then they were like, Halo Wars 2. I was like, okay, that's nice. Where's our real games? 343. But yeah, that was nice. Arkham Knight has been re-released on PC, and if you buy it, you're going to get Arkham Asylum Game of the Year, Arkham City Game of the Year, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Origins Blackgate for free.
Why didn't I wait to buy those games?
Yeah, so it apparently, from everywhere I've read, Arkham Knight's still an absolutely terrible game, but if you want a bunch of free games for $59.99, then there you go. That's that. So, let me see.
Binding of Isaac Afterbirth.
Yeah, I've never played Binding of Isaac, actually, and a lot of people tell me it's a very good game.
It is. It's a little bit disturbing.
Yeah, I've got a lot of friends who've played it, and they're like, it's a really good game, and they have like 3,000 hours logged in it, and it's like, uh-huh.
Yeah,
Now,
it's one of those games.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, I mean, I've played MMOs before, where I've probably logged unhealthy amounts of time, but yeah, I don't know how people do it.
It's one of those where like a good run will last maybe like an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like, I mean, it's like I played MMOs for 10 years that I've logged 2,000 hours in, but I can't imagine playing a game that's only been out for 3 or 4 years for 4,000 hours like some people have. That's one thing I wish Steam had, was just like a log of all, like the most amount of time spent in every game, because there's got to be some crazy top times out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I've seen people with what's that, Team Fortress 2, that have like 10,000 hours in it.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, I couldn't play a game for that long without losing my sanity.
I think
Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of time in Minecraft. That's over the course of 5 years. And there are some games on here that have been out for very short periods of time.
I think when Destiny came out was my worst or best amount of time inside of like a couple of weeks, because I had it pre-ordered. I picked it up on launch day. I had a fire team ready. I had 2 other guys ready to go, and we just sat down and like played till 4 in the morning, and we pretty much like we kind of repeated that for I don't know, almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It was just like every day Destiny grind.
Yeah, that's one of those things about, like, I wanted to play Destiny. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but it's one of those things that I don't have a device which I'll play on. But yeah, this is what I heard from a lot of people, was they just died grinding in that game.
Oh, it's a super grindy game.
Yeah, I don't really mind that, but
they have kind of eased back on it though, because they've kind of started to realize that it felt like they were targeting the MMO audience before, but they kind of moved into targeting more the shooter audience.
Yeah, I think that's what, because I mean, a lot of people that came to that game came off of Halo, and what Bungie is known for is making shooters, and they tried to make an MMO, and it's kind of like, this is not what we expected at all. Yeah, and I played the beta, and it was pretty fun. I don't know how much it's changed to the main game, but maybe one day I'll pick it up and play it. Steam
Like I was
sales.
personally, used to a lot of the MMO stuff, so
Yeah.
it wasn't too big a deal. But I can imagine for the people who came from Halo and were like, "All right, let's do this," like, oh, it would have just been awful. Collect
Yeah.
how many spirit blooms? What?
It's okay. Yeah, I don't. I never had a problem with grinding in MMOs and stuff like that, but I can see where people come from. Where yeah, it can get boring after a while, but yeah. Oh my god, the Fallout 4 season pass is $30. I just looked at that. Speaking of Fallout 4, it's gonna be one of those podcasts, and we're like crazy off topic, but yeah, that is a lot.
Squirrel.
What? Yeah, people keep complaining and telling me not to do that whenever I do long conversations. I'll be just like, yeah, so today we're going to talk about some important topic. Oh, look, over there, a thing. Let's talk about this for 20 minutes. And Kit called me out on it, and then I got really self-conscious about it. So now I start talking about that, and it leads me down a whole nother trail. I'm terrible. This is just a vicious cycle. Let me see what else. Minecraft Story Mode. Has anybody played that?
I played the first chapter. I haven't played it since chapter 2 came out.
Everybody on last week's podcast when it came out said it was terrible. Any new opinions here?
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was really kind of cheesy, bad game. Of course, I haven't played any other Telltale game series.
Yeah, it's Telltale, in my experience, is more dark and gritty and kill everyone.
Yeah.
And Minecraft Story Mode's like, here for the children, we're not gonna cut this guy's head off in a gory way and kill off your main characters. So,
Yeah, coming from The Walking Dead, that would be a bit of a.
oh my god, yeah, I
Jump.
love The Walking Dead, and it had a good murdery, gory, kill all the zombies and watch this guy get cut in half story.
There's so many points in The Walking Dead Telltale games that like, it's like press A to murder this person, press B to
Yeah.
murder this person instead.
Oh yeah, The Walking Dead is one of those games.
What?
I played through that whole thing in one day, and it's just like I walked away from that scarred because it was like, wow, that is both gory and saddening. And
Just every time you start to get a little bit comfortable, they just press you into a who you choose who lives situation.
yeah, that was something that kind of drove me crazy about it. It's like I don't want to make these decisions. Make somebody else make these decisions, then everybody dies. Yeah, Walking Dead was a great game though. I haven't played the second season though. I need to.
I think I've played up to the end of season 3. I think.
Is there a third season?
I thought so. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong,
I think there's
man.
I think there's just 2 seasons.
Being wrong on the internet.
Oh God, no! Don't do that. People get mad at you. They'll see mean things. Yeah, I need to play the second season. They've got a lot of good games out there. I know. They did one about. Oh God, what do they have now? They have the Wolf, not the Wolf on Wall Street, the Wolf Among Us, which I've heard is a very good one. What's that other one? Borderlands. They've got a Borderlands game, and they have a Game of Thrones. I know they have a bunch of other ones.
Oh,
I'm just
I
naming
didn't know
names.
that a Game of Thrones one. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
think they just wrapped it up last week. I'm not huge into Game of Thrones, but I might pick that up because it looks good now, like fantasy and.
I gotta assume everyone dies in that as well.
Yeah, I really need to watch more Game of Thrones. I watched the first season like 2 years ago, and I was like, "This is cool." I've got other things to do though, and I never watched it again, and people hate me for it. So
I was really dedicated to it, but this last season has kind of taken a bit of a turn. I'm not really sure. It seems like they're not sure where they're going at this point. So season 1, 2, 3 were really 4 and 5 have been a little bit questionable at times, but still good. Still good. I'm still gonna watch them all. But
yeah, they've got very good writing. I mean, the first season I really loved it for the writing. I didn't drop it because it was a bad show. I just dropped it because I lost interest very quickly because I have diagnosed ADD. But yeah, I mean, I'll pick it up eventually and watch the rest of it again. But yeah, the game looks pretty good. I'll have to check it out. Just kind of scrolling through the games list here, seeing what other games we can judge. That's gonna be this week's theme. Let's judge all the games.
passing our harsh judgment on
Yeah. Apparently they're coming out with another Assassin's Creed game.
every
Again.
year.
A Syndicate. London, 1869. Like 68. I butchered that. 1868. I changed year 4 times. 1868. The heart of industrial revolution. Lead your underworld revolution. Why are they still making those games? Aren't they like 10 games deep?
Oh, at least.
Didn't we realize they kind of took a turn for the worst after Unity?
I think most of us did, but as long as the money keeps rolling in, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think about Ubisoft because it's like they're such a hit and miss company that they'll make a really, really good game and then they turn around and make absolute garbage. They have that new game coming out, a zombie game. I forget what it's called. The Division. I was just looking. I think it's the Division, and it looks really cool. But if I'm gonna end up buying it, and it's gonna be terrible, and I'm gonna cry. The Division. Yeah, Tom Clancy's The Division. It looks like a pretty cool zombie game, but knowing Ubisoft, I don't know how I feel about it.
The one I'm really excited from Ubisoft is the For Honor. That's what it's called. It's a sword fighting game. You can choose to play as
think I've heard of this
Vikings or samurais or something else. I don't remember exactly what the other faction is, but there are apparently 3 factions that you can choose to fight as.
It's like through AAA. What's that game called that came out a couple years ago?
Chivalry?
Chivalry, yeah. That's the word.
I've played Chivalry. It was fun.
Yeah, I remember that game. That was a really fun game. I always like games like that take a different kind of weird twist to popular genre. Like that's a sword fighting FPS, pretty much. It's really cool, and I liked it for that.
It was a ton of fun. I definitely felt like there was a lot of times like, oh man, like if they had a bit more resources when this, they could have taken it kind of the extra mile and added some extra stuff in. But
yeah. I don't know. I don't hear much about that game today. Are they still doing stuff to it?
I'm not sure.
Shovel, it's $4.99 on Steam right now. So if anybody wants it, it always yeah. The game actually looks pretty good. I haven't checked it out in a couple of years. Yeah.
Here's something to talk about since the release date got announced recently. No Man's Sky.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what is the release date?
It's like in May or March next year.
Oh man, that's
Yeah,
so
I've heard
exciting.
a lot of on-off stuff about that game, but it looks really cool. I'm always kind of skeptical about those games that promise big things, but I will not lie. It looks really cool. So
Yeah, I think I'll be buying it for sure.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of those
same here.
things I'll probably wait for a while to buy it, but it looks really cool. No Man's Sky release date. Rumors, gameplay features, trailers. Watch new No Man's Sky footage from PGW. Yeah, looks really cool. I love space game. We need more space exploration games because like they put out that thing about what was that game? I'm great at remembering names of games tonight. What was this? The big one, Star Citizen. The Star Citizen went live finally for people who backed it, and that game looks amazing. I saw another game that I didn't back it, and part of me kind of wishes I had, but the release date was a little bit too forward. It was like 2017 before they'd have anything, but it was basically like FTL, but like 3D. Like you're actually piloting the ship. It was like a cross between FTL and Elite Dangerous. It looked really cool. But like I said,
That sounds awesome.
I'm kind of skeptical to back a game that's got a release date so far in the future. But it looks really cool. So I forget what it was called, or where the Kickstarter is, or if it ever even got past Kickstarter. So yay! That's the extent of my gaming knowledge today. Let me see what else is on here. Topics are very dead this week because game launch month is coming up. November is the game launch month. I think everybody's just universally excited for Fallout 4.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any other games that are coming out next month. Fallout 4. Let me check the new releases or upcoming releases page on Steam, because this is the week we're going to look at Steam. The Hitman franchise is on sale. The new Hitman game looks like a game. I don't think they've put anything out on it. Many AAA games coming out next month. They're still making Sonic games, apparently. All these are just indie games. I don't know. The Steam is drowning in indie games. Black Ops 3. I thought the game was already out, but apparently that comes out November 6th. Fallout 4 is November 10th. I'm trying to... Look, I'm probably skipping over a lot of things. Football Manager 2016, everybody's favorite game, will be coming out.
Oh.
Assassin's Creed Syndicate is the 19th. Let me see here. Man, I thought this was the month of releases. I was wrong. Rainbow Six Siege, December 1st. We're already out of November, so yeah. There are no games coming out next month. I lied.
Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six Siege looks awesome. If you've watched any of the
really cool. I actually played the beta. There was beta keys available on some subreddit I follow, and I played around the beta. It was actually pretty fun. I'm not a huge shooter guy, but I enjoyed it.
Like, it looked awesome. I watched some of it on Twitch, and it definitely looked fantastic. So.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool. I really enjoyed the original Rainbow Six games. I remember playing those on the original Xbox OG. So yeah, that was fun. Trying to look for topics. Man, this is the week of professionalism. Yeah, that's. Let me check my topics. Oh yeah, Star Wars tickets are on sale now for the new Star Wars movie.
When's that one coming out? I don't remember.
December 10th, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's the 10th.
Let me get that right. Star Wars Episode 7. When's that coming out? It is Episode 7, right? December 18th. I was off by 8 days.
Okay.
And it looks pretty good. I've been watching all the Star Wars stuff the last few weeks, and I am really excited.
Have you guys seen the George Lucas Special Edition trailers for it?
I haven't. I've been kind of saving myself because I'm going back right now and I'm watching through all the movies.
Okay.
I watched through the first two, and then I watched the Clone Wars series, which we talked about a little bit on the last podcast, and then I watched episode 3 last night. So I'm gonna watch through all the things. I haven't seen them in like 10 years, and then I'm gonna watch all the trailers and get really hyped.
Right on. Well,
I haven't seen the original trilogy in a long time.
Yeah, that was the same thing for me. It's like I want to be really excited about this, but I don't remember any of it.
Like I've watched the new trilogy a couple of times because I wanted to make fun of it. But because when I originally saw it, I enjoyed it, and then I didn't know why people were criticizing it, and then I watched it again. I'm like, oh.
Especially when you're younger, you don't really pick up on a lot of the complaints that people had about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I enjoyed the movies. I mean, like they're not the worst movies I've ever seen, and the Clone Wars was a nice little cherry that kind of came. I wasn't really expecting to be great, but that show was actually really good.
Yeah.
If you have Netflix and want to waste like 6 seasons of your life, it's a pretty good show.
It's not a waste.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, the first season's a little kind of iffy. It's slow, but the rest of the series is just beautiful.
I think my favorite still is that Darth Maul versus Palpatine
That was
fight.
great. That was great. The guy who voiced Darth Maul, spoiler alert, by the way, Darth Maul's in the show. The guy who voices Darth Maul has such a soothing voice for a villain. Like every time he came on, I'm like, I really like your voice, man.
I wish he had stayed on as the main villain for the trilogy.
Yeah, I was really because
he was so much better than Dooku.
I'm gonna spoil a lot of stuff here for Clone Wars, so mute. But at the end, Palpatine is like, I have a special plan for you, and that's the last time you ever hear of it.
Yeah.
You don't hear of it in the 6th season. You don't hear of it in the trilogy. It's just like, okay, a special. I mean,
there's still a chance he could come back up in Rebels.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that show yet. Is it good?
I've only seen the first episode, and I've just kind of seen spoilery stuff on Reddit, but
yeah, it looks pretty good. I've seen a few spoilers for it. I'm gonna start watching it because it's in between 3 and 4, so
yeah,
I'll find it somewhere and watch it. But I enjoy it. If it's as good as Clone Wars was, then definitely.
I don't think it. From what I've heard, I don't think it's as good as Clone Wars.
Yeah,
but it's good.
The thing about Clone Wars was it made me kind of attached to a lot of the Jedi, and it's like when Order 66, spoiler alert for a 10-year-old movie, when Order 66 gets activated and they're like killing all these Jedi, and like to somebody who's never seen the Clone Wars and they've only seen the first 3 episodes of Star Wars, like, oh man, those characters are dying, but someone who's seen Clone Wars, they're like, that guy was really cool. They just killed him. And it's just like, wow, yeah, it made me kind of sad. So.
I'm still in denial about Plo Koon.
I am too. I was like, they're killing all the Jedi. I'm like, that guy died. I mean, he was in 1 or 2 episodes. They just killed Plo Koon. How could they do this? Yeah, it was like
My own headcanon believes that he survived the.
Yeah, he survived the crash and went
He's
on.
hiding
And
something.
he's the greatest person ever. Yeah, they made him such a good character in the Clone Wars,
Yeah.
and they just killed him. He didn't even speak in the Star Wars movies, and they just killed him off like that. Love that show. More people need to watch it now that I've spoiled the first all the seasons. There's a lot of really cool people. Let me tell you who dies. Spoiler alert. Yeah, but everybody should watch that show, even if you don't like Star Wars. It's pretty good. It'll make you like Star Wars.
Mhm.
And it explains all of the stuff, actually, in Episode 3, like why they did Order 66. That's really cool.
It also made General Grievous in Episode 3 seem like a wuss.
Yeah, that was kind of something I was disappointed by, because when they killed Dooku and Grievous, and it was like, they fought those guys like 10 times, and there wasn't half the battle that went on in Episode 3.
Yeah.
It was like, that's kind of disappointing. And yeah. And it's kind of weird because in Episode 3, they made there was supposed to be the first meeting of Grievous and Anakin and Obi-Wan in the beginning of that episode, so it's kind of like that kind of screws with my canon a little bit, but I'll just pretend that didn't happen. It's like my headcanon that Plo Koon was still alive.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna come back eventually. Everyone. So yeah, that's now that we're done spoiling Star Wars. Clone Wars. Yeah, that's a good show. Everybody should watch it.
What else can we spoil?
Yeah, so what's something that spoiled a lot? Anakin's Darth Vader.
The Starks die.
Yeah, the shows. The zombies are in Walking Dead. I don't know. Oh God, what did I just disconnect? Oh, I think I just disconnected my webcam. Hey, no, nothing happened. Everybody's dead. We spoiled too much Star Wars.
The universe didn't want us to spoil anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I feel like Star Wars though is one of those things. It's like it's been spoiled to death by now, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone knows the plot of
like
Star Wars.
Saying Dumbledore dies.
Yeah.
Some poor kid is just like,
No! How could you do this? It's terrible for me because I've seen a lot of these movie franchises, but I saw them like 10 years ago, so I don't remember anything about them.
Yeah.
So it's terrible. But yeah, we spoiled Star Wars to death. Go watch Clone Wars. New games are coming out. Yeah.
what sword is that you've got on your wall in the background, Chris?
Oh yeah, I have cutlery on my wall. That one I bought at an auction, and I don't know where that one came from, but I have a lot of weird stuff on my wall behind me.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah, but
I like that a lot.
I have a lot of weird stuff. I've got like a shield and a big I've got a really weird room. Just my walls are covered in things. That's just a small portion of it. But I don't even know what that sword is. I just paid like $5 for it in an auction. I couldn't tell you anything about it. So, yeah. So, what are those particles floating behind you?
They are flames from the fires of. Let me check. Where are these flames from? They are flames. The lava pits. They are from the lava pits.
Oh, good.
Well, I don't want to just like leave you guys hanging on that.
Yeah, I mean, we got to know all the details about it. I also like how it was. We probably should have done this a while ago, but your video feed improved drastically when we reset the call.
Mine did?
Yeah, it looked kind of scratchy before, and now it's full, nice, fancy
crap.
resolution. It might have been because we started off, my internet was kind of having troubles,
No.
and there were a couple times when you were talking where you kind of went demon voice because of Skype. So Skype is a wonderful program. Blame Skype. I have nothing to do with it. My internet is perfect. I live in a world where my internet never crashes. Podcasts.
I was actually when I joined Maplecraft at the time before the brew things happened, and you guys were like, "Oh yeah, sure, just join in the Skype chat." I was like, "Oh God, why?"
Yeah, I counted today. We have 5 chats.
Awesome.
5.
We have. Well, not everybody's in every chat, but now we
I'm
have.
only on 3.
Yeah, we have the general chat. We have the announcement chat. We have the video and stream chat. We have the podcast chat, and now we have a sports chat. We have 5 chats. Nobody reads any of them, or we'd have more people on this podcast right now. That's the sole reason we could find no one this week for the podcast. But yeah, I mean, we have a lot of chats, and it's just insanity in all of them. Because
for a while, I was actually gone out camping this summer and didn't have cell phone service. And because of that, it was weird because I'm so used to you guys all being in the Skype chat all the time. It's like all of you are collectively this voice inside of my head. And so when that was gone, I felt like it was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always checking it on my phone just to see what everybody's talking about. I try and keep up with it just so I don't have to read this backlog or skip over important stuff. Apparently, I'm the only person who does this, but yeah, I mean, it's great.
I look at it like in the mornings and after class and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I generally do.
Most of the time, I skim over it because it's sports talk.
Yeah, that's why we started a special sports chat, and I follow one sport, and my team is sucking right now, so it's like I don't know why I'm here. But yeah, so we have most of the time it's just a wall of text if you leave for more than 5 minutes. I'm about to edit a part out earlier. I accidentally switched the chat when Kit was talking, and I forgot that Skype is the window selected for this recording, so it just flashed up all of our important information. So
all of our banking information.
Yeah, we keep all of our social security information, driver's license number. I've got all my banking information. It's how we fund this.
If someone wants to take all of my money, they can have my like negative 10 grand.
Yeah, if you like all my negative funds, please take on my debt. If you want to pay for this lifestyle of random junk on the walls, please do. God, yeah. Eventually, I'm gonna get a fancy green screen and edit the fiery pits of hell behind me. That could be cool too. So.
One of these days, I'll be able to afford a webcam, maybe.
Yeah, man.
I said a long time ago I was going to do it for 100 subscribers, but of course I still haven't hit that. And now that I'm 5 subscribers away, I don't have the money to buy one anyway.
I actually hit 100 in like a really, really unexpected way. I made that Labyrinth video.
Oh, yeah.
And it went really, really big. And I mean, not really big. Like I got like, 700 views on it or something like that. But all of a sudden it was just subscribers rolling in, and like it was just, I went from I think 60 to 100 inside of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So that was just awesome.
That's always great when it does that. 'Cause I had a jump like that when I did my streaming stint a few weeks ago. It was like, I think I went from 500 to 550 in like 2 weeks. So yeah, it's nice when you have jumps like that. This demon face thing is great because it's like you're just talking about something. His eyes are looking around. It's like, so I mean, yeah, lovely weather.
Lovely weather down here.
Oh yes.
I have such a beautiful color of my eyes.
Oh yeah.
Nice Sith yellow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of spoiling our Star Wars. Yeah, like I said, that's that series. You can spoil anything. Everybody knows the plot of Star Wars. Stuff goes down, people die. Everyone's evil.
Oh yeah, Bible spoilers. Jesus dies.
Yeah.
What?
Dang it!
I
was just getting to that part.
Dang. Jesus dies. Dang.
The prologue is so long.
Oh, that's great. But yeah, we're just gonna spoil everything from here on out. So yeah, let's just drag this out so we have time left. That's pretty much. I've killed all the topics I have, and then some. What games have everyone been playing?
Ark.
So let's talk about Ark again. Yeah.
They recently, like 2 days ago, released their like Halloween update thing.
All the Halloween updates are really cool.
And there's like this giant like seasonal boss. It's called the Dodo Rex. It's like a giant T-Rex with a dodo skin.
Oh my god.
And it's ridiculously impossible to beat.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. There's a lot of games that have been doing cool stuff. Like GTA did their huge Halloween update. It looks really cool. My computer hates the game though, so I haven't been playing that much of it. But yeah, they've got all kind of cool stuff. GTA does a really good job with the seasonal updates. Like they had the really cool 4th of July thing where everybody had the big fancy flashy American stuff and the fireworks launchers. It's really cool. And,
You know who used to do great like seasonal specials? RuneScape.
oh my god, yes. I played too much
Good
of that
old
game.
RuneScape.
I've played so much of that game. But yeah, they had really good updates in that.
I had to stop playing it because my mom found out about the under 13 limit thing,
Oh.
and I was under 13 when I was playing it. So
Yeah, I've still got. Hold on.
then they banned it from me, and then by the time I was 13, the computer I had couldn't handle it very well, and yeah.
Well, I've still. This is how I got into RuneScape. I've still got one of these. One of the
Ooh.
RuneScape manuals.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I remember I bought this. Everyone I knew in elementary school played RuneScape, and the book fair came, and this was there, and I was like, I have to own this, and I bought it, and I started playing that godforsaken game like 10 years ago, and it consumed my life. I have like probably 3,000 hours logged in that game,
Oh my god.
and since they get in there. Okay, I'm gonna.
So
put
do
that
you
back
just
on.
have that book like at your desk for quick access? Or?
Basically what got me into gaming, so it's kind of here just for memento's sake. But yeah, I mean they re-released the old school RuneScape, like the 2007 version, and every few months I go back into that and it sucks $10 more out of my wallet, and I play for a few weeks and I think, what am I doing? I'm no, and then I quit playing. It's terrible, but yeah. That game had very good seasonal updates, though. Now I have to... I need to find a better place to store my books for games I played 10 years ago. Because okay, screw it. I'll put it back later. So I've got it mushed. I usually keep it mushed next to the speaker in my desk, but that's not going to work today. Things and old games and people and stuff.
I actually started playing it again when the like the 2007 version went free to play,
Yeah.
and like I played it for a little bit, like played the tutorial, and oh my gosh, the nostalgia.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Because yeah, I picked it up when it went free to play again, and I think over the course of 2 months I did what took me about 5 years in that game, and I kind of stood back like, wow, I sucked at video games when I was younger. Oh my god, that game was evil but great. Sucked so much of my life away. Yeah, old games. I think we're approaching, though, the end of the show. We had to die 10 minutes before the show was supposed to end. So yeah, this has been the fancy new prototype episode for Halloween. Hey. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed this. This is very different. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we won't. I kind of like it. So Poppy likes it. So
Sorry.
since we have people who aren't regularly on here, where can we find a Poppy?
YouTube.com/Apophy, and Twitter / at Apophy.
Where can we find you, Sidan Master?
YouTube.com/Sidenmaster.
Oh, oh man, I never would
And
guess.
Twitter.com/Sidenmaster.
Yeah, and buy our merch at it's like Spreadshirt.com/101571. It's linked. Buy our stuff. Support us. Buy our shirts. Ukulele outro. Podcast.